Welcome back. You're still watching Prime News. Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir has extended a helping hand to South Sudan, saying that his government will pull out all the stops to ensure that there's lasting peace and stability in their neighbouring state. He gave the keynote address at the opening of the Intelligence and Security Services Conference, which is currently underway in the capital Khartoum. The president said that Sudan's national security won't be complete unless there's stability in South Sudan.
Intelligence and security officials and experts from across the continent trying to find lasting solutions to threats facing Africa. They are looking at ways of combating terrorism, human trafficking and other forms of organized crime. The conference was opened by Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir.
I would like here to affirm through this conference that we will spare no efforts in giving all the assistance support for our refugees from our neighbor country, South Sudan.
With the security situation in South Sudan featuring prominently in his speech,
on our conviction and on principles that our national security will not be completed and will not be completed unless we have security and stability in all our neighbors, especially that of South Sudan. And we are hopeful that it will get calm and peace and stability in a very short time.
An announcement welcomed by South Sudan's intelligence officials.
We have to maintain the relationship between two of us because we were one country. We are still maintaining cultures and relationship. We have a common border. We are sharing so many things.
But asked why the former Deputy President Riek Machar was in South Africa, Chagai had this to say.
He ran away from the country because he knows what he did. So he's now in South Africa. And and he had been invited to come and attend the national dialogue, and he declined. What can we do for him?
Meanwhile, it's also emerged that members of the U.S. intelligence services, the CIA, are also attending. A move that's been seen as a softening of diplomatic relations between Sudan and the U.S. since Obama's announcement on the easing of some sanctions against Sudan in January. President Omar al-Bashir extended a hand of friendship to South Sudan, saying that the crisis in that country should be resolved urgently and that his country will do everything possible to ensure that there's lasting peace and stability in South Sudan. Janje Chauke, SABC News, Khartoum, Sudan.